Oh, spectacular. Look at this view up here. Welcome to Dan's on this Street. I am Dan. I'm exploring the whole world, city by city, as seen through Google Maps and Google Street View. And today I'm back in the United Kingdom, in England here, in Southampton, on the southern coast of England. Just inland on the Southampton Way. An interesting old city, very important city, historic port city. And I'm excited to check this out. Lots to see. We're only going to get to a bit of it. But let's drop right in and see what we find. Okay, we are down on Queen's Way. Great name for a street here in England. Looking at some apartment buildings. Yeah, apartments all around us here. Let's move down the street. Some shopping here on the left. Hollywood. All right. It's kind of unexpected. Bunch of people out and about. Lots of cars. Lots of vehicles. Some work going on here on the left. A lot of people out and about. New place going up there. It's a pretty good sized city. About 270,000 I read. And, nearly 1 million in the urban area. But around 250,000 in the city proper. Lots of shops and restaurants along this way. Pasta. There's a bus. Good public transit, I think. Bicycle parking there. Tiny little roundabout. Look at that little thing. That bus is just going to go straight through that roundabout, I think. It looks like we sort of skirted around it. And now we're on a sidewalk. All right. Polish food here. Interesting. Very interesting. Italian creams. I've never been to Southampton. I have been to England a couple times. And always enjoyed myself. Oh, wow, look at this old gate here. This is fantastic. Now, obviously, you can tell this is missing part of its structure. There used to be city walls here that date back to, I believe, the 13th century, 14th century in there. And about half of those city walls actually still exist, but clearly not the ones attached to this old gate. And what a stunner this is. What a great old building. Wow. I was hoping we could go through it here, but it looks like we're going to kind of skirt around it. There's lions here, there. That's fantastic. Look how thick those walls would have been. Man, that's really great. Tons of history here if you ever visit to explore. I'm sure it's just, you could spend days and days checking out all of the museums and historic sites. Oh, this is nice in here. Look at this. Looks like they have this closed to traffic pedestrian way here. At least this portion of it. This is very nice. Tesco Express. Great place for getting, sandwiches on the go. Cheap way of eating if you visit England, in my experience. Oh, Academy of Music and Sound. That sounds good. This is the High Street here, and it's called High Street. Jewelry here. Nice building storefronts here on the right. Well, not so much this one, but that one back there. And certainly, goodness, look at this place. Shanghai 1814. Is that a restaurant? I think so. Oh, look at this MR2 there. All kinds of very, very inviting little places here. This has, can't tell what year that is. I always want to try to read the Roman numerals, but it takes me a little time. I don't want to waste everyone's time here. Star Hotel. All kinds of hotels around. This kind of scene here, this is 100% my scene. If I came here, be sitting right there at that table, get a pint, or, English breakfast maybe. Szechuan kitchen, nice. Like these old hotels here. Ooh, that's neat under there. Can see right in there. Just picture the carriages that used to pull up into there. This is a historic port city. It has played a significant role in a lot of English history. Look at this old place. Interesting tower. Again, maybe attached to something that's missing. The city was heavily damaged during World War II. It was an important city for England during the war effort, and the Axis powers were well aware of that. And so it suffered mightily in bombings throughout the war. It's kind of a neat building here, isn't it? I like those little colors. I really like that style. Oh, it continues down here. Great development. It's possible that's part of a school or something, but I think it might just be apartments. I'm completely turned around and lost here. Perhaps we should pop up, see if we can get any sense of this town. So we're all kind of in here. We were checking out. Pretty neat. Down here, oh yeah. You can kind of see the old castle walls there, or city walls, really. See if we can go by this. God's House Tower. This dates back to, I think 1417. An artillery fortification. Impressive place. Love that stonework. Spectacular. Man. The water's out there, of course. I wonder if the waterfront would have been a little closer back in the day. I would guess so. Isn't that great? All this just variety of stones all through there. The handiwork, the craftsmanship that went into that. So impressive that it's still around. Some interesting buildings up here. Oh yeah. Right down by the water. Very nice. This is all part of that too. Oh yeah, you can see all these old walls. Huh. The city was, I'm jumping around its history, but the city was sacked by the French in 1338 and totally pillaged. And the English authorities were like, all right, that's enough of that. So they built these really strong walls. The next year, basically, they started building them. And they've survived quite well. Of course, again, half of them no longer, but lost to various, I'm not sure, from the war, from natural degradation, I'm not sure. I like this all through here. Beautiful street. On both sides. I like this new development on the left. And obviously, what's not to like about this kind of look? Sort of Victorian buildings. It's wonderful with this W up there and that ship. All these symbols. This must have been a trading house. Look, they got bananas. Now it's a kitchen. But they're projecting a lot of their history. Oh, O and W. Yeah, probably some tradesperson there would be my guess. We really take for granted the ability to get fresh fruit from all over the world pretty much at any time of the year, at least in the United States where I live. I can go any day of the week and get a banana. Or even harder ones like maybe strawberries or something. You can tell when they're not in season, but you can still get them. And that did not used to be the case at all. That is remarkably new. All kinds of great shops along here, right? Some of these don't look that exciting, but a good number of them I'd love to walk into. Get a bite. Iranian restaurant there. Indian Melody. Peacefully living side by side there. I'd go into both of those for sure. Sprinkles. Gelato. Very nice. Let's pop back up. All right, let's see here. Let's see. we'll see deeper into the city, but I want to see more of this port area here. This is all very interesting. Down here, you can see all of the shipments that go on here. Look at all these cars. These are all exports, I assume. Maybe they're being imported, but I'm gonna guess they're exports. Look at them all lined up here. Just filling up this ship. Looks like with vehicles to me. Very impressive. Big boats all around here. Look at this massive cruise ship. This port right here. One of these ports here in Southampton is where the Titanic was launched back on its maiden and final voyage in 1912. Look at this beast of a ship in here. It is insane how big these ships have gotten. The Titanic was smaller in every dimension to this. A bit shorter a bit shorter in length and much shorter in height. And probably about like half the width. It would have been more the width of this little side ship here. Well, at least closer to that width. These things have gotten so big. Really impressive though, right? Should we drop down and look at any of this? Let's go down here by this refinery viewpoint. Oh, this is lovely. Very nice. There's some of the ships out there. I don't see the cruise ship here right now. Archaeologists have found evidence of human presence here back to the Stone Age, which is pretty neat. Tombs and things like that, I imagine. Beautiful light in here. Lovely views out of the water. This is very nice. No real skyline to speak of, at least from this angle. I don't see any tall towers. There's one that's maybe 8-10 stories out there, but I'm not seeing much higher than that. Probably rules protecting building heights here would be my guess. Love to go for just a stroll out here in the evening. Town Quay. I read there's a large shopping mall in this area, in like the Quay something, Quay Center, West Quay. That's where we were earlier. Interesting building up here on the left, this white place. Wow, look at that. Royal Pier. Beautiful place. More lions adorning that. That's always a British symbol, right? The king, at least some of the kings were equated with lions, I think. This is so neat in here, this old stonework. Looks like some of this might be supported by steel now. I'm not sure, perhaps. Kind of cool building here. Kind of. Definitely interesting with this glass atrium. Yeah, that's interesting. Back to its history. So, much later, Rome invaded and conquered the people group that was here back in 43 AD. And they established a fortress here within a few decades. Oh, this is part of this shopping mall here, I think. West Quay, yeah. Let's get a peek of that from above. Big shopping center. Oh, there's an IKEA. All right, yep. Definitely a place I'm sure you'd come here if you lived here or if you're visiting. I mean, it's just stores and that kind of thing, but everyone likes that kind of stuff. Let's move a little further north into a more residential area and just look around at some of these homes maybe. Ah, very nice. A little outside of the main center, the main old town. So the Anglo-Saxons had a large settlement in the region and kind of slowly grew. They were often raided by the Vikings back in the 9th century and onward. They built an early fortified city in this place, in Southampton, in the 10th century. I'm sure in response to those raids. Classic British scene, British homes here all around. It's really no question where you are if you just dropped onto Google Earth. I think you could pretty quickly guess you're in England. Just all the hallmarks of it. I mean that in the best sense. Nice building there. Honda spares. Interesting. See a church in the distance. We'll make our way down there. Little playground out here. Nice old stone church. Wonder if we can pop inside there. It's possible. It doesn't look too significant. No. Sadly, no. Got a good look to it, though. While I have your attention, I encourage you to consider supporting me on Patreon. It's $3 a month. And I have bonus tours up there. And more interactions you can have. I'm going to do some voting on where I go next happening there coming up. But mainly bonus tours. And if you just want to find another way of supporting me. Short of that, I'd love your subscription. At least just subscribe here and give it a thumbs up. Say hello in the comments. All of that's appreciated. If you don't want to do the $3 a month, I do understand. I really do. Little shops all around here. Ooh, a Greek restaurant. I'd definitely check that out. You really taste the whole world here. Portuguese food, Greek food. Not sure what that is. Maybe Indian, Pakistani. And British food. And Jamaican food. This is amazing. Chinese takeaway. It doesn't end. What a full cultural experience you get here in England. I love it. Or at least in Southampton. Istanbul Grill. This is crazy. Transylvania. They're just going nuts here. Are they? That's amazing. Just really can taste a little bit of everything. I think that's fantastic. Polish food, cake lady. Great. Interesting. Well, it quickly became a port city, as I was saying. And they did a lot of importing of French wine and exporting of English cloth and wool. Check out this big stadium down here. Pretty impressive. St. Mary's Stadium. Oh, wow. Can't quite get in there. Oh. Just in the store? Well, usually you can pop into these stadiums, so I'm a little disappointed I can't. Oh well. Hogsland Park. What a British name. Looks like a great place to come and relax in the summer sun. Super envious of all these people here. That looks too nice. Beautiful trees. Lovely park. I'm going to just enjoy more of this around here. Some big buses here. Got the double-decker buses. Oh, and it's gone. Plenty of soccer happening out there, football. Just everywhere you go here, it's very pleasant scenes. Looks very livable. I was reading more about its history. So the Franciscan friars established here in 1233, and they built a water supply system for the city, freshwater supply, And that became really important in its development, and I'm sure its health and so forth. Allowed it to grow. Auction rooms. And then, as I said, the town was sacked by the French. But they continued to grow, especially under the new fortifications, I'm sure. King Alfred quality food. Certainly going there. I would spend a lot of time in these pubs if and when I come to Southampton. I hope to get here someday. I need to get back to England. I haven't been in nearly 10 years, and it's kind of hard to believe. It's been quite some time. An Aldi up here. Let's go down another street up in these parts just to see a little bit. Happy Walk. TV, video, hi-fi. I probably wouldn't go in there. I'll be honest. Probably not. Texas, man. They are really going for flavors of the world here. I love it. Here's an Aldi. I love Aldi. I was excited when that started spreading in the US. All kinds of buildings up in here. Let's see. Let's check out this big park up here, Southampton Common. I'm sure this is a place I would come. Oh, we can just stroll right through it. Very nice. Ton of people out today. Jogging. Walking. What a peaceful scene. So shipbuilding, I was reading, then became an important industry in the city. Lots of ships built here over the centuries. The Pilgrims famously set sail on the Mayflower from here in 1620. That's pretty neat. Certainly grew up reading about the Mayflower and the Pilgrims. Here's more of that port down here. Goodness, look at all these container ships and containers. What a sight. Can you imagine all the stuff that's in there? And more vehicles here. Look at all these cars here. Are these all getting shipped out? Looks like they're selling white cars and red, white, and blue cars. Is that like... Do people just like red, white, and blue? Or is it because do countries buy cars that reflect their flag's colors? Are there more green cars in Saudi Arabia than other countries on average? I don't know. It's a lot of red, white, and blue cars here. And of course, silver and black. Interesting. Solent stevedores. Not sure what that is. Let's drive down. Let's just go on a highway even here. Taking the highway scene. The A33 cruise into town. Against traffic. The city, of course, played an important role in the Industrial Revolution that happened here. I'm sure in a number of industries. But involved in this shipping industry, I read. A number of major developments happened here. Nice buildings on the left. The docks, they rebuilt the whole docks and stuff in 1840s, which allowed it to do a lot more shipping. And then in the same year, they opened the railway to London here in 1840, which is so early. All those trains, the trains in many countries, certainly in the US, mainly came a few decades later, 1860s, 70s. This is a great place here. This is the Civic Center, built in the 1930s. Love this tower on top of it. Great design. I'm glad this survived the war, obviously. Yeah, very grand. Love it. Again, these double-decker buses. Classic British sight. You really don't see that too many other places. I don't know why more places don't do that. Just not the demand for it or something. I don't know. I've ridden in them many times, and I really like that the upper deck. Especially sit in the front, get a beautiful view of the ride. It's fantastic. I love it. The Giddy Bridge. Oh, their names are such a joy here. Tesco Express again. So many little shops. Just an insane amount of them. Very, very appealing though. Yeah. So crazy. So the Titanic took off from here. The Titanic wasn't built here in this city. Interesting tower there. Or building there, I mean. Yeah, it wasn't built here, but it, again, was launched from here. Out of one of these ports. I'm sure you could probably visit the actual place it set sail from, or maybe you could look at one of those the footage from there. I've watched some of the scenes of it taking off. The people waving at it. Something like 80% of the crew on board lived in Southampton, so the city itself suffered a lot, I'm sure, with that sinking. Some nice places in here. These all look brand new. Clearly have been redeveloped in the last few years. We're looking at 2019 here. Wow, you jump back to 2011. Look at that. Gone. This is very new. 2014, okay. Pretty neat. Yeah, nice work, everyone. This looks great. I like it. Right around here, somewhere where we're moving around here, was a large... This was all factories. Well, at least part of this was all factories. And the Spitfire airplane, very famous British warplane, was built right around here. Back in the late 30s, leading up to the war. And it was bombed and, I think, destroyed, basically, right in 1940. Taller tower there in the distance. Let's go check that out. Where is that? Oh, okay. I apologize for my statement earlier. Clearly a tall place here. Taller. Let's swing by that. This did not catch my eye earlier. Very nice place. Okay. Not sure how tall that one is. Didn't take good note of that one, I'm afraid. Again, looks quite new. Not sure if we can... Oh, look at that. Gone. Cool place right there. Wonder if that's still here. 2016. I'd say maybe not. There you go. So definitely the city's growing and improving itself as we speak. That's fantastic. Interesting. This is one of the departure points I was reading too during D-Day. So again, played a big role in the war. And yeah, sadly suffered. A lot of people lost their lives here, in the many hundreds, at a minimum. I like this building shape here, the round design. That's fun. Maybe one or two more places. I gotta wrap this up. This has been very enjoyable. Let's drop on this bridge. Ah, nice. Great view over of things. There's that stadium. Something new going in there. Again, yeah, some medium height buildings, and then certainly that one sticks out. So perhaps if there were any limitations on building heights, they've been lifted in recent years. And I appreciate that. I think every city deserves, well, pretty much every city deserves to be able to grow vertically. I appreciate trying to preserve an old skyline, but at some point you gotta move on and make a new name and face for yourself. Here it is, the Spitfire. What a plane. If that's a museum in there, I would love to go in there. Oh my goodness, it looks like it is an aviation museum. Oh, I promise you I'd be in there. Absolutely. I actually built a model of a Spitfire plane as a kid. Yeah, I used to be into that kind of thing. Not sure what happened to that. Alright, one more place maybe. We have like a water view of things or something. Oh, spectacular. Look at this view up here. What a sight of things. There's like one of these cruise ships. Beautiful light. Beautiful sky. Maritime filming. Thank you for posting this. I appreciate that. This cruise ship looks like a baby down there compared to the other ones we were seeing. Look at it churning up the water. Very impressive. What a beautiful city. I would love to visit here and check it out someday in person. For now, though, I'm going to add to my map. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Tell your friends. And if I missed some of your favorite places in Southampton, let me know. Let everyone else know, too. If I got some of your history wrong, feel free to speak up. I don't mind. I've been wrong too many times. There it is on my map, though. And please check out some of my other videos. Let's see, where else was I in England? Oh, yeah, Blackpool. I really enjoyed seeing Blackpool. Isle of Man. And I'll be back again sometime soon. Let me know places you want me to check out. Maybe I'll get to them someday. All right, these all represent places I've been. Till next time.